We have a lot of weather to talk about, including warm blasts, flooding, and the return for some severe weather. In today's forecast, we're going to break down all the weather that you need to know that's going to hit the United States in the next few days, starting with the jet stream. We've got a dip in the jet stream. This is going to happen around Friday. That's going to bring some, thunderstorms and colder air to the area in the Ohio Valley. That's not going to last long. It's going to move out of the area, and then some very strong upper winds are going to move through the East Coast into the northern plains. That's what's bringing all the atmospheric river and all that activity. We'll get into that later in the video. And then as this moves on into the eastern United States, by next Monday, we can see a bit of a dip in the jet stream. That's going to bring some colder weather to the northeastern United States. Watch out for that. Very active forecast. Now we're going to precipitation type. This is the GFS models. We got a couple of storms down there in the southern United States. Those are not severe, so they're not severe. We could still see some showers and thunderstorms in the Louisiana and Texas area. And then we got a couple of strong to severe thunderstorms up in the northwest United States. We'll get into a more high resolution radar here later in the video. By Thursday, we can see a couple of strong thunderstorms developing. There is actually a severe risk for today and tomorrow. It looks like the one tomorrow is more intense. Again, we'll get into more high-resolution radar, future radar, later in the video. We can definitely see some strong winds out of this. Just letting you know, there's no tornado risk, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you live anywhere in the southern Ohio Valley into the Tennessee Valley area, make sure you have a way to get alerts and all that, because this is definitely going to be a strong storm system. On Friday, the southern to central United States won't really see anything, but the northeast and northwest United States could see some snow and a little bit of rain on Friday and Saturday. Right around Saturday, we can see some snow going on in the northern Great Lakes region, so watch out for that. And then a huge area of precipitation will slam the West Coast, and anywhere in California, Oregon, and Washington. If you live anywhere near the coast, then make sure you're ready for some very strong winds and very heavy rain and all that. We'll get into the rainfall totals later in the video. Right around Monday on the 22nd, around 5 a.m. Central Time, we can see some snow going on up in the Great Lakes region and the Ohio Valley into the Great Lakes region, so make sure you're ready for that. And then on the 24th, it's looking pretty dry over the central United States, but it is going to be very warm, so we'll get into the temperatures later in the video. This is on Christmas around 12 a.m. We got some very heavy rain going on in the whole entire West Coast, and then there is an area in the Ohio Valley where we can see some strong thunderstorms going on Christmas. So make sure you're ready for that. Anywhere where I just circled right there in the Ohio Valley, and then there's going to be a system in the Atlantic Ocean. This won't really be affecting anyone on land, but just letting you know it's there. And then by the 26th, we can see a couple of thunderstorms in the Pacific Ocean. We're just going to see heavy rainstorms and thunderstorms and all that just slam the West Coast over the next month. So definitely make sure you're ready for that. Very active weather pattern. Now we're going to temperatures. We've got some very cold weather in the northern United States. That's not going to last long because during the day it's going to warm up into the upper 30s into the lower 40s up there in the Minnesota and Wisconsin area. We can see some temperatures in the 70s for Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana, so definitely watch out for that. We're going to see a huge warm blast through that's going to last into next month. So, watch out for that. If you hate the cold, then enjoy the warm weather because this does not happen that often. The northern Ohio Valley into the northeast United States will still see some very cold weather. It's mostly, Texas, Louisiana, all of the southern United States, into Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, all the way up into South Dakota. So definitely watch out for that, because this does not happen that often. Right here on the Wednesday, just look at this warm weather that's moving through right around 2 p.m. Definitely be ready for that. Places like South Dakota and Montana will see temperatures in the 40s, and then upper 40s. So definitely be ready for that. Places like Amarillo will experience some warm weather into the 60s, lower 60s. So be ready for that. It's gonna get real warm on the 24th and the 25th. So stay tuned, because we're gonna get into that. Huge cold blast will come in right around Friday. It's not gonna go as far south as the last few cold blasts has, but it's still gonna affect places like Missouri, places as far south as Missouri. We can see temperatures in the lower teens into the single digits in Iowa, so be ready for that. But look at this. This is the 20th. Look at that very warm weather moving into Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, parts of Missouri, Kansas, and all those places. Look, 70-degree weather. And again, we can see temperatures in the lower 80s on Christmas Eve in Texas, so stay tuned. This is the 21st. It's going to go a little colder on the 21st, but then it's going to warm back up on the 22nd and 23rd. Just look at this. Temperatures in the 50s, lower 50s in Nebraska. So definitely watch out for that. This is the 24th. Just look at that very warm weather move in. Springfield, Missouri can experience some temperatures 75 degrees Fahrenheit on Christmas Day. So definitely this is a rare phenomenon. This doesn't happen a lot, especially like right around Christmas. Late December into January. Even early January, we can be seeing some temperatures in the 70s and all that, so definitely be ready for that. Right around the 25th at 3 p.m., just look at this. Very warm weather coming up into there. The Montana area can see some temperatures in the 30s, upper 30s, and then the Nebraska and South Dakota area can see temperatures in the 60s. So definitely, be ready for that. It's just gonna be, I've never seen this. This is really surprising. Last year, on Christmas we had some temperatures in the 40s for places as far north as Missouri, but this year is just crazy. Stay tuned, because we're going to get into some more high resolution radar. But yeah, look, this is the 26th. Very warm weather popping up. Places like Oklahoma, can experience some 80 degrees weather. So be ready for that. Maybe isolated areas can experience some 90-degree weather. Now this is the severe risk. We got a marginal risk of severe weather for parts of Idaho and northern Utah. There is no tornado risk. It's mainly just wind. Here we go. Right there is a 5% wind risk. We can see some 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts. There is actually a severe thunderstorm warning for that. We'll get into that later in the video. And then this is the day 2 outlook. We got a marginal risk of severe weather for parts of the Tennessee Valley area. Mainly, there's a 5% wind risk, no tornado risk, so that's good. No tornado risk, and then there's a wind risk. So, definitely watch out for that. Have a way to get some alerts if you live in the Tennessee and Kentucky area. Now we're getting into that severe thunderstorm warning. I've got one right here. Here's something I've been wanting to show you guys. So you see how, usually you would look at the radar and see like no red or orange, so you wouldn't think it's that bad. But then if you look at velocity, you can see some very strong winds. So, never trust the radar if you don't see much and there's a severe thunderstorm warning, because there can always be some very strong winds coming out of this. Just no tornadoes, just letting you know that there is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. it expires in 8 minutes, but by the time I post this video, will expire. So definitely watch out for that. Now we're looking at that high resolution radar. Places like the Indiana and Illinois area will experience some strong thunderstorms right around 7 a.m. Central Time. We can see some widespread showers and thunderstorms developing, and then right around noon tomorrow, we can definitely see some that strong thunderstorm starting to develop. A very small but intense squall line will start to move through with a lot of widespread showers and thunderstorms in front of it. So make sure you're ready for that. Have a way to get alerts. We will update you if they update this marginal threat area. Right around Friday morning, around 6 a.m. Central Time, we can see these thunderstorms entering the Atlantic Ocean, but it will affect some places in the New York area. Now we're moving to the southern United States. This is today, Wednesday. We can see isolated thunderstorms just sitting right around the southern Texas area and the Gulf of America area. Right there, it's just going to stay there. It won't move anywhere. It's just going to be a stationary system, and that's going to dump a whole lot of rainfall. I'm talking 16 inches in the ocean. So, be ready for that. And then that's going to start moving towards the Alabama, Florida, Mississippi area, and we can see some stronger thunderstorms move through that area. Now we're moving on to high resolution radar in the Pacific Northwest. We can see some snow and showers, snow in the higher elevations, then some strong to severe thunderstorms in the Idaho, southern Montana area, and all those places. So definitely watch out for that, because we can see some very strong wind gusts. And then the atmospheric river will continue. We'll get into that later in the video, here in a minute. Here it is. I'm going to start zooming. Look over there near Portland. We can see some very heavy rainfall going on over there, and then some snow in the central Idaho area. See that right there near Portland? We can see rainfall amounts up to 5 inches. So, major flooding is a possibility in those areas. Yeah, right there where I'm circling on Thursday evening into Friday and Saturday. So definitely watch out for that if you live anywhere up there. Now we're going to rainfall totals. Not a lot on Wednesday and Thursday, but then Friday, watch this. All of a sudden just pops up, and we can see some very heavy rainfall. Here it is, about 5 inches of rainfall going on right in the Portland area. So make sure you're ready for that. Have a way to get, flood warnings and all that. If you live in the northern Oregon and the Washington area, anywhere near the Pacific coast. I'm zooming in. Right around the Pacific coast, we can see 5 inches of rainfall. And then in the Portland area, it looks like more like 3 inches, but, so be ready for some very strong, heavy rainfall if you live in this area. And that's about it for today, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.